Hey everyone, welcome to Sutras to simplify social thought. So in this video, we'll talk about the recent India Employment Report 2024, and according to this report, around 83% youths in India are unemployed. This report or today's videos is important both paper 1 and paper 2 of sociology, because for CUC this work and economic life, formal and informal organization of work, and here in paper 2 informal sector, child labor. Now according to this report, this India Employment Report 2024, it has been released by Institute for Human Development and ILO, that is International Labour Organization. This can be important for the prelims perspective, and this report says that labor force participation rate, workforce participation rate, and unemployment rate, it has increased. Now what is the difference between labor force and workforce? Workforce include those persons who are currently working. Labor force include those who are working plus those who are willing to work but they have not secured the work. So this is the difference between labor force and workforce, right? Now according to the this report, it has flagged certain concerns, certain issues about the employment condition. So the first point is that the slow transition to non-farm employment has reversed. What does this statement means, or what does this point implies? It says earlier there was a transition was going on from farm employment to non-farm, from agriculture to non-agriculture sector, which was a good thing, but recently this transition has reversed. Now from non-farm to farm, people are going back to agricultural activities. People have started working in agriculture sector, and this is due to pandemic. This happened due to pandemic. Second point, it says self-employment and unpaid family work, it has increased, and women largely account for this increase. Third point, that youth employment is of poorer quality when we compared it to the adult employment. And the fourth concern which has been raised is that wages and earnings are stagnant, either they are stagnant or declining, which is not a good thing, right? You can see this infographic as well. Employment in India is predominantly self-employment and casual employment, which is not a healthy sign, and transition to non-farm employment reversed due to pandemic with rise in share of agriculture employment, not a good scenario. Women largely account for increase in self-employment and unpaid family work. Employment generation in India has become more and more capital intensive, with fewer workers employed between 2000 to 2019 then come in 1990s. So once the economy it becomes capital intensive or technology intensive, it will displace the labor force, it will displace the labor, and it will reduce or the employment rate, and alternatively we can say it will increase the unemployment rate. Digitalization and introduction of new technologies is changing the structure of industrial employment. So these are some of the major points which have been highlighted in India Employment Report 2024. Now employment quality. So according to the report, informal employment has increased, and around half the jobs in formal sector are also of informal nature. What is this imply? So in the formal sector, here also informalization has increased. So some of these organizations, some of these formal organizations, they are hiring workers on the contractual basis. So it is leading to contractualization of workforce or contractualization of formal sector, right, which is not a good thing, because informal sector jobs or in it lacks job security, there is no job security, there is no social security. Now please, here you can connect this to your static portion. So the term informal sector, it was coined by Keith Hart. And according to him, there are certain characteristics related to informal workforce. What are those characteristics? First, low skills, easy entry, then low paid employment, and this sector primarily include immigrant labor. So low paid, low skill, easy entry, and immigrant labor. These are the characteristics associated with informal sector according to Keith Hart, and he introduced the term in 1970s. Now, so informal employment, it is increasing, and around half the jobs or 50% job in the formal sector are also of informal nature, which is not a good scenario. Self-employment and unpaid family work, it has also increased, and especially for women, again not a good scenario, and around 90% workforce is engaged in informal sector, right? This is the data which you can use in your answer as well. Self-employment, it remains the primary source of employment, that is around 56%, 55.8%, that is 56% in 2022, and casual employment, it is around 22%, and regular, it is around 21.5%, right? So self employment is the primary source of employment in India. So we need to see the quality of this, and it is mostly low paid. So people who are working on tea stalls, their own tea stall, selling vada pav, selling some other stuff. So self employment. Now share of self employment, it remained almost stable around 52% when we talk about the time period from 2000 to 2019, and regular employment, it increased, which is a good thing, from 14% to around 24% between this time period. But this thing reversed by 2022. So self employment increased to 55.8%. So from 52% it increased to 55.8%, and share of regular employment, it decreased to 21.5% from 23.8%, and casual employment, it consistently declined to 22.7% in 2022 from 33% in 2000. Now this regular employment, it is declining. It is not a good thing, because it provides better quality jobs, and there is regularity of the employment, and you get social security benefit as well. While casual work, it is linked with relatively poor quality jobs, and it is irregular. Wages you are earning that are low, there is no social security, no job security when we talk about casual work. Now participation of women. So according to this report, from 2000 to 2019, right, female labor force participation rate it declined, it decreased. Now this trend reversed thereafter. So first it decreased from the period 2000 to 2019, then it increased between 2019 to 22, right, from by 8.3%, by 8.3%. And please remember, according to PLFS, periodic labor force survey, female labor force participation rate is 37%. Please do quote this data in your answer, right? And women labor force participation rate is lowest in the world, right, is amongst the lowest in the world. We cannot say the lowest, but it's among the lowest, right? Now there have been some structural transformation which is taking place in India. Now the first thing, which the first point, the reversal of slow transition towards non-farm employment after 2018-19, right? So this is not a good thing, because earlier we were moving from farm jobs to non-farm jobs, which was a good thing. But because of pandemic, more people shifted to agriculture sector because of pandemic. Now, and this shift was largely absorbed by construction and services. See here, the share of agriculture in total employment fell to around 42% in 2019, but it increased to around 45.4%, around 45%, due to pandemic, right? So, but this transition was taking place from farm to non-farm, and this non-farm employment mostly it is right observed by construction and services sector. So the share of this construction and services sector in total employment, it increased from 23% in 2000 to 32% in 2019, which is a good thing. But the share of manufacturing sector, it had remained stagnant at 12 to 14% according to this report, and somewhere it is mentioned around 16 to 17% as well. So according to this report, it in manufacturing sector it is around 12 to 14%. And since 2018-19, this slow transition has stagnated or reversed with rise in the share of agricultural employment, which we have already discussed, right? It is due to pandemic. Now it is talking about youth employment. So as the education level of youth increases, the unemployment rate is also increasing. See, if you are educated till secondary level, the employment rate is this much, but if you become graduate, the employment rate is this much. So it increases with increase in education level, it's the report says, right? India employment report as well as periodic labor force survey. So youth employment, it has increased, but the quality of work, it is a concern, especially when we talk about qualified young workers, those who are having skills, those who are having certain skill set. Youth employment and underemployment both has increased between this time period 2000 to 2019. Underemployment, what it does this mean? Underemployment, it means a PhD holder is up working as a clerk. That is that would be called as underemployment. He is underemployed, right? Unemployment among youths with secondary level or higher education has increased, intensified over the time period. So in 2022, the youth unemployment is around 82.9%, that is 83%. So 83% youth in India are unemployed. And when we talk about educated youth, the percentage is around 65.7%. So around 66% educated youth are having no jobs, which is very concerning, which is very serious matter for our country. Now if a person cannot read or write, so the unemployment rate is around 3.4%. but if that person has completed secondary education or higher education, then employment rate is around 18%. And if the person has done the graduation, then unemployment rate is 29%. So again, with the increase in education level, unemployment rate it increases according to the report, right? Now what is the way forward? So the report suggests, the report itself is suggesting that 5 key policies areas where actions can be taken. We need to promote job creation, quite obvious. We need to improve the employment quality, because most of the employment is of poorer quality, where incomes or wages are very low, there is no job security, there is lack of social security. Next point, we need to address labor market inequalities. There is need to strengthen skills set of the workers, and we need to work on active labor market policies. And there is a knowledge gap, in information gap, when we talk about labor market patterns and youth employment. So we need to bridge this knowledge deficit on labor market patterns and youth employment. Now the report is also saying that artificial intelligence, it can take or replace many jobs, right? So it can take many back office tasks because of AI. So this needs to be kept in mind while formulating the policies. Then investment and regulations are needed when we talk about emerging care and digital economy, because it can be this emerging care and digital economy, it can be an important source of productive employment. So lack of job security, irregular wages, and uncertain employment status for worker, they are the significant challenges when we talk about gig work or gig economy or platform work, right? What is this gig economy? What is this gig economy? Gig economy where there is no clearly defined worker or you can say employee employer relationship. There is no clearly defined employee employer relationship, that is known as gig economy. Further, the report says economic policies are required to boost productive non-farm employment, especially in the manufacturing sector, because if according to this report, the share of manufacturing in employment is around 12 to 14%, right? So that needs to be increased, because it will manufacturing has the capacity to absorb lot of labor force. So the report is also saying that around 70 to 80 lakh youth or 7 to 8 million youths, they are annually entering the Indian labor force, and it will end during the next decade, right? This data, it can be written in your answers, mains answer, right? So this needs to be done. We need to boost the productive non-farm employment, especially focus should be on the manufacturing sector, because it is a labor, it can absorb a lot of labor, it is labor intensive, right? Then more support needs to be provided to MSME, especially by providing tools such as digitalization and AI and cluster based approach to manufacturing. So these are some of the suggestions which are given by this India Employment Report 2024, right? So in one of the next video, I will be talking about the youth employment, what are the causes and what can be the consequences. So please stay tuned, keep learning, keep watching, and please do share this Social Sutra channel. It is going to cover the current affairs when we talk about sociology, paper 1 and paper 2, especially paper 2, and also it will, these some of these videos will help you in your GS paper, social issues and social justice as well. So please do share it with your friends. Thank you, all the best.